So we have the first character, we have gone up to j, right? So we have gone from x1, xj, and the second string we are going from y1 to I minus 1, okay, and then we have yi, and what we are saying is what is the least cost way to go from this prefix up to xj to prefix up to yi, okay, and the way we figure this out is we say, okay, maybe this one is, the odd man out, and I'm going to, try to remove it and see if these two will line up, okay? And then I'll say, okay, whatever is the minimum cost for lining these two up, then I will add the cost of inserting this back, and that's how I'm going to figure out the minimum edit distance for this whole thing with this whole thing, okay? So that is the meaning of this arrow, right? So I'm going to take, I'm going to be able to compute the cost up to between x1 to xj and y1 to yi by going back to this cell over here, okay? Same way I can do this, which says I'm going to take x1 to xj minus 1 and y1 to yi, and then I'm going to consider that xj is the odd man out, and I'm going to consider its cost over in addition to the cost of lining up x1 to xj minus 1 with y1 to yi, okay? So that is so that's where you get these two terms, okay? So one of these terms corresponds to coming down, and the other term corresponds to coming from the left to right, okay? And then the third term corresponds to coming from here to here, and basically there what you're doing is you are comparing you're saying that the best alignment of these things is going to be x1 to xj minus 1 with y1 to yi minus 1, and then both xj and yj, they are asked to match against each other, right? Not yj, yi. Okay? So those are the three cases, right? So the first case is you match up to xj with the prefix up to yi minus 1. The other case is you match up to xj minus 1 with yi, or the third case is that you chop off the character from both. Okay? So those are the three cases to consider. And then we just take the minimum among all of those. Right? You say, okay, the minimum cost of this thing is the minimum you can get using each of these approaches for constructing the minimum cost. And using this approach, you basically fill out the matrix. So let's try to see how the matrix is being filled out, and that'll help us understand this in a different way. Okay? So the first row, basically what it says is you are basically not including any character from y. Okay? So the word exponential, you are basically saying, okay, I'm going to specify the cost of taking the empty prefix of exponential and compare it with the prefixes of polynomial. Okay? So this entry tells you that you are comparing empty prefix with empty prefix. Of course, they are the same, so the edit distance is 0. We go to the right, there